Dennis frustrated, presumably, because you're well in the game again at half-time?
Yeah, it's just the patterns forming, it's frustrating, we don't know, can't put our hand on it because we're always well in the game away from home in every away fixture we've been in. And then second half, just huffed and puffed and, didn't show any of the signs that we'd done in the first half. So really disappointed, and it's more points thrown away.
That killer spell just before half-time's done you for the fourth time. This time, though, you got the equaliser and you must have thought you were back on the front foot.
Yeah, it's like one of them. It's like, when we equalised so quickly, it was like, this is too easy kind of thing. We've gone a goal down, which we probably didn't deserve. And, next set piece, we put one in and Greg scored. It's like, oh, well, that's how it should be because, we should have been getting something from this game today, but the second half, they wanted it more than us, and two long balls over the top. It ain't pretty football, but it was two balls over the top that's undone us. And the fellas out battled the centre half on both occasions, and we haven't got round. We've left 1-on-1 on both occasions, and they've scored 2 goals. So really disappointing. And as much as we huffed and puffed and put some balls in their box and had little moments in there, they wasn't clear-cut chances, and we didn't threaten them enough.
And presumably there's a limit to what you can do, because when they step over the white line, you can't legislate for the two centre-halves making pretty similar errors within the space of 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not blaming the players, it's just disappointing the goals. I'll take responsibility for all the results. It's my job, because at the end of the day, if the centre-halves ain't doing their job, maybe I should be bringing them off and putting somebody else on. But it's just disappointing because most of our goals we're conceding, and we've just gone through it in there, are just basic errors. So what I just said to him in there, it's if we don't cut out the basic errors, it must tell me that maybe we're not good enough for this level. So we have to replace. And I pretty much just said to him in there that, if anybody wants to leave this football club, just please come and tell me, because I'll rip the contracts up and we'll start again. Because, I've got to have better than that. So if they ain't going to show a bit of desire, something's got to change, because I ain't going to be watching that each week.
2 home games now, 2 very winnable home games, and 6 points would be really handy at this stage.
Yeah, of course, any points. 4 points after 7 games is not good enough, and we're desperate for those 6 points. But it's just tough. We're under the cosh at the minute. We've got a new group. We're blighted with injuries, and we can't see the light from the tunnel. You have glimpses at times, Tamworth at home and Kidderminster at home, but these away performances are not good enough. And you can understand the supporters' frustration. I mean, some of their words they choose are not right, because obviously they don't like being spoken to in that manner. But they can obviously shout abuse to me whenever they like it, and they think that's fine. But I'll take it on the chin if I'm not trying hard. I'm not trying to do everything at this football club, and we've been fantastic for 3 years, and I just find it really frustrating and disappointing. I don't really like it, the group don't like it, the team don't like it, but they think they're clever doing it. But I just find it really disappointing.
And presumably after 6th, 3rd, 5th, you personally feel you deserve to be cut a bit more slack?
Well, I think there should be a little bit more respect there for what we're doing. I mean, I'm a part-time manager that's meant to be doing certain hours, and I'm driving up to Fylde on a Tuesday night to watch them play Salford. And sometimes I wonder why I bother, but I put a lot of effort into this football club to get us where we've been the last 3 years, and to just be constantly abused just really starts getting to you, really. You just wonder, why I bother, really.